Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I'm back. I'm back in bleak England. I'd like to say I'm happy to be back, but I'm not. I mean, my liver's happy that I'm back. I was struggling on that last day. But look, before I'm going to get into it, I'm going to talk about Spurs. I'm going to talk about Lopetegui. I'm going to talk about all of that. But before I go anywhere, please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget, drop a like on the video. It does really, really help us. And also, if you haven't already, go over and check our other boys out on CB Extra Time. They've done some great shows over the weekend. Right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the meat and bones of it. I watched the Spurs game. When the starting lineup came out, I was surprised. All right, everyone else was saying he's going to stick with the same team. Even when X sort of came out with the news in the morning and said, look, he's gonna probably go with the same starting 11. I was thinking, no. What, Alvarez on the bench? You can't do that. It worked against Ipswich, you know. Upon review, when we've all gone back and we've looked at that game, we've all seen how shit Morsey and Phillips were and how easy it was for us to play against them. You're thinking he can't do that against Spurs. We can't play that same system, whatever the system is. This is the other thing that we'll go on to talk about. But he did. You know, when that team sheet came out, I called 5-1. I thought we'd score. But I called 5-1. I'm just like, this is shit. Unless we just do what we did last year, which was get our asses ripped out in terms of football again, but we shit ours to win. That's all that happened last year. We got played off the park, but we won the game against all us. Unless we do something like that. But we're going to get absolutely played off the park again. And so it proved. You know, a lot of people have been calling us Donut FC, Bagel FC, this, that, the other. It's true. We've been calling out this midfield for a long, long time. And he just doesn't get it. And I don't even think it's just the players now. I think it is the system. I think it's systemic. And I know that there's a lot of people that are blaming Paqueta. Paqueta was shit in that. But he was no worse than Souček. He was no worse than Guido. Guido's great at putting in a sliding tackle. There's fuck all else in transition. Nothing. We have nothing in midfield. No way of progressing that ball up the field. And this is where I think it is systemic with West Ham now, because defensively we look shot. We look like a shambles. I've seen people saying Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the comments the other day. Second half performance, my man in the match. And look, we all like a slide tackle. All of us love a slide tackle. But the best defenders, they don't go to the ground. They're already where they need to be. They read the game. If you've got players sliding in all over the place, it's because they're not where they need to be. And also, the thing that really bothers me with Wan-Bissaka is positioning, which again could be down to Lopetegui, where he's telling him to play. But the thing that bothers me with Wan-Bissaka is that when he jockeys a player, he don't show him either side. He stands square on. So he's got a player running at him, and he's standing there square on. Normally what a player does, you'll show them onto their weaker side so that you could. That's what you do. Because I don't actually know what he's doing. But what that does is he allows space in between him and the player who's attacking him. He stands square on. So although that player might not be able to run past him, they don't even try. But it's so easy for them to sort of give themselves a couple of yards to either have a shot, slip a ball through, get a cross in. The way he's jockeying is crap. It needs to be addressed. It could be down to his positioning in the team. So, yes, he can put in a great tackle. He was shit defensively in that second half. Whether it's down to the system or not, I don't know. You could say the same with Todibo and Kilman. I think we're all suffering because of this system. Or I keep on saying system. I don't know what this system is. We've got no midfield. The three people that he plays in the middle, there's no shape there. There's no actual shape in at any period in a fucking game. You look at it, like sometimes you've just got this bank of three that are sitting there, not even two sitting. We're talking about a double pivot. Sometimes there's three of them there. And you've got like Solanke just sat there sandwiched in between the two centre-backs, just with, you know, with loads of space. I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're zonal. I have no clue. But how many times it was like watching Chelsea. One pass. One simple pass, not even a world-beating pass. Not the one through to Son. Cuts us open. We're gone. We're finished through the whole team. We're dead. I've never seen us so wide open. I haven't. And it ain't like we're playing blistering attacking football. It's a mishmash of shit. He plays a high line. He plays a midfield that don't press. Now, what that means is, if you've got a high line, and you've got players for the opposition that are sitting there waiting on the shoulder, and you've got a midfield that don't press, what that means is the opposition have got all the time in the fucking world to pick a pass. Whether that's a dink over the top or a chip through, if you're going to play a high line, you've got to stop the supply coming through. So that's one thing. It's fucked. It's shit. There's no... And if we do win the ball back, we don't know what we're doing. Kudus whacked out on the left again, but he played well. He played brilliant. He got frustrated, lost his head. He's done for 3 games, could now be 6. Wouldn't surprise me if it is 6. He really lost his shit. He did. He didn't just slap one player. He slapped another one and cleared out Richarlison, kicked out at someone else. He was on a... He lost it. Lost his head. And from what I've seen of the character of Kudus, and when you see interviews from people that know him, this is not in his character. He isn't that type of player. So for him to lose his fucking head, he must be so angry. So angry, like we all are. We should not be getting played off the park like that. Because if we put our best 11 on that pitch, Jay's done a video about this already, but we've all been calling it out about not playing our best 11. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows we are going out there with we're hamstringing ourselves in every fucking game. And I don't get it. It feels a little bit narcissistic now, like the shit that you used to get with Moyes, where Moyes would just keep on sticking with something in the hope that it would work so that he could prove that he was right. No, you're not right, Lopetegui. This is wrong. It's shit. I know you like Souček. I know he pops up with a goal every now and then, but you need a fucking midfield. We've got to have a midfield. We ain't got one. Paqueta is doing nothing at the moment. We can take him out. We can knock him out. We can put Soler in. But Soler's been shit. He's played 20 minutes of football and got 3 yellow cards. Way off the pace. I'm not impressed with him. So we can do that. We can pull Paqueta out and put Soler in. You think that's going to transform the way that we play, do you? You think all of our problems are down to Paqueta being shit, which he absolutely is at the moment. The other thing I'll say is, Lucas Paqueta being shit, look at who he's got in and around him. You're looking at a player that likes to play interplay, short, sharp, one-touch passing. Who do you want him to fucking do that with? So all the opposition have got to do in central midfield is pressure one man who's doing the supply. That's it. That's all they've got to do. But he has been crap. As it stands at the moment, I hope he does get dropped, like Alvarez has been dropped, because I'm getting fucked off of people blaming him for all of our problems. West Ham fans now are turning around going, Lucas Paqueta, he's the reason we're shit. I hope we drop him. Take him out. Take another one. Take them all out. And we ain't got Kudus now. Alvarez is dropped. Take Paqueta out. Put fucking Irving in there. That's what we should do. Grafters. You know, you're not seeing what the problem is. The problem is we've got a shit manager. Shit. He's setting us up terribly. We don't know what we're doing. The players don't know what we're doing. We're going up against opposition that know what they're doing. They're drilled. They know exactly what they're doing. And they know exactly what we're fucking going to be doing. They do. They're prepared. We're off to a loser before we even start in some of these. Unless we get a moments of brilliance from some of our star players, from a Kudus, from a Bowen, less now from a Paqueta. You know, he's checked out by the looks of it. Then we're fucked. We're fucked. He's got to go. He's got to go. I've seen that Sean Whetstone's come out and said the club are going to give him till the new year. That would be a fucking travesty, and I will tell you why. Because if he gets sacked in the new year, that means we ain't won no more games, really. That's what that means. That means in the next 10 games, we probably haven't won any, which means we're in a relegation battle. And then what that means is that's going to dictate the type of manager that we get in next. A fucking firefighter to come and do a rescue job. Probably Moyes. And I know there's a few of you that will be rubbing your hands together now. Some of you going, you wanted him out. You wanted him out. Be careful what you wish for. Is this what you wanted? I've seen you all fucking saying that, you thick fucks. I'm not being funny. Go back and have a look at the batterings we got last year under your fucking David Moyes. He was shit. David Moyes had to go. That was the right decision. Getting this fucker in was not the right decision. Also, that was wrong. Moyes stayed too long. He should have gone. We got rid of him, but we should not have replaced him with this bloke. He's worse than Moyes. This geezer's more clueless than a bloke that was shit. He's more clueless than a bloke that was shit. It's as simple as that. Lopetegui has got to go. He is fucking rubbish. I've had enough of just suffering as a West Ham fan now. I am. I'm losing the will. You know, in a season where they've brought in all of the new fucking, you know, they're axing concessions. They're pushing prices up. You know, people are falling out of love with this team. You know, I was out there with John and Mark, two West Ham fans that, you know, they've had season tickets now for 20, 25 years. John said for the first time tonight, he said, I just don't know whether I'm going to renew next year. Never heard him say that before. He's a patient fan. Mark the same. I just don't enjoy it anymore. They are sucking the love out of West Ham for so many fans. John Kamei, who's over there as well, he's another one. He said, I just don't think I'm going to keep this up. What are we getting out of this? We're getting fuck all out of it. We're not entitled. We're not entitled. We just want to be entertained. We ain't talking about finishing top 4 or winning trophies. We just want to be West Ham again. We want to go to a game of fucking football with our best players on the pitch, going at the opposition, knowing that we're going to fucking give it a go. That's all we want. We're not hard to please. We're not hard to please, but we're not Stoke City fans. We don't want to play this shit. We don't want to see it, especially when you've got an embarrassment of riches like we've got at the moment. We've got an amazing group of players, and it is unacceptable that we're playing football the way that we're playing, and he's... Fundamentally, why can't we just have a manager that puts the best fucking 11 players on the pitch? Why is that? We had it all last year with Moyes, with that fuck. He had at his disposal the best 3 fucking players. I'm telling you, Alvarez, Kudus, Paqueta. You play them 3 in the fucking middle, that would be up there with one of the best midfields in the Premier League. Never once fucking did it. Lopetegui's got the same thing. He won't do it because they're all fucking hanging on to Souček. Souček's got to fucking play. I've said it before. What is Souček? People wonder why our midfield shit. They're all picking on fucking Paqueta or whoever else now. What about that fucking Cartholst? Is he a 6? No. Is he an 8? No. Is he a 10? No. He's just a fucking head that you stick in a box for a set piece. Occupying a place in our midfield, which is the most important part, is the engine room of our team, where we are failing. The guy has got to fucking go. He's worse than Moyes. It's boring now. It's dull. Sullivan, pull your fucking finger out. We're 8 games into a season. It's recoverable. It's recoverable. If we, you know, give him the time that he needs to properly fuck up, it ain't going to be recoverable, and then we're going to have to go through this all again. And if it's David Moyes or if it's someone else in that mould, I'm fucking done. I'm done with it. I am not watching this shit anymore. It's not acceptable. This is your fuck up. You unfuck it. It ain't down to West Ham fans that were not happy with the shit that David Moyes was being served up, that you've gone out and fucking scrimped and scraped on Lopetegui, who no one else fucking wanted. Nobody wanted him. That's down to you and your short-sightedness, mate. It needs to be sorted. What? I don't even know why he's still fucking here. He ain't got control of that group. Our best players, you can see, they don't even want to fucking play for him. The way that Kudus lost his mind was completely petulant, and that smacks of... That is a perfect example of what I'm trying to say. That group of players, they're not playing for him. That's why you're probably going to end up with an Irving, a Cresswell, and some of these other players in that team, because maybe they'll be more grateful and they'll play. They'll just be grateful for the opportunity. But the good players, they're not going to play for this fucking plank. He don't know what he's doing. Postecoglou ripped his arsehole out in that second half. We got away with it in the first half because they weren't sharp and they weren't on it. Postecoglou weren't having none of it. Made one tweak, brought some energy into central midfield, hooked Maddison off and pushed fucking Kulusevski further up, ripped us to shreds. And he had nothing, no answers, none. He had plenty on the bench, but he had no answers. And what's going to happen now? We've got Somerville, a player who I'm starting to see die in front of my very eyes. A player who came in full of enthusiasm. You know, these players, you've got to jump on it while you've got to strike while the iron's hot. It's clear that the manager doesn't fucking fancy him. So I don't think that we're going to see Somerville come in on that left-hand side. I think you're going to see Soler. You're going to see Soler out there. He's way down that pecking order. I can't stand this fucking club at the moment. I can't stand it. I can't stand some of these fucking moron fans either. Thick fucking fans that are coming out shooting, trying to shoot people that didn't want Moyes. Going, this is all your fault. Are you fucking thick? Go back. Look how many goals we conceded in our last 2 seasons. We almost got relegated the year we won the fucking 7th place cup. And then last season, we got more batterings than we've ever had before. But you thought it was the right thing to keep him, you thick fuckers. No, it weren't. He had to go. And this fucker has got to go. Anyway, look, that's it. That's me done for now. That's enough expletives for one day. But yeah, I'm sick of it. Fuck Lopetegui. Fuck Sullivan. Fuck Brady. I am sick of this fucking club at the moment. That was an embarrassment. Tottenham are everything that West Ham would love to be at the minute. Just by virtue of, and they'll probably win fuck all because Postecoglou's mad. So he is. You don't win things playing like that. But I would watch that every fucking week. And I'd be happy doing it. I would. I know we've got some fans that wouldn't. They'd rather play shit football every week and hope that we just scrape through and fucking, win something once in the blue moon. No, that ain't me. I'm a West Ham fan. That's not us. I want to be entertained. I want a team to go out there and fucking go at the opposition. It ain't chess. It's football. All right? Fucking sort it out, Sullivan. You absolute wanker.